Hey people, hi. It's me, I'm back again. Yesterday in Mark chapter 10, we had Jesus dealing with the issue of the rich young ruler, telling him that he had missed the point completely of his life and he'd become overwhelmed with the worries and the cares of his finance and 1 more million kind of a thing. And he says to him, "You've got to let go of that lifestyle if you really want to come and follow me, and if you really want to inherit eternal life. I've got to be number one in your life." Now, in today's materialistic world, that's an interesting concept, because how difficult it is in a world that telling you just 1 more million and 1 more fast car and one more, Jesus saying, not one more, one less thing. You need to follow me, get rid of all of that stuff. Now, that is not necessarily something you do physically, it's something you do in your head and in your heart, that Jesus has to be number one. He will not settle for second place, no matter how well you can justify it, no matter how well you can rationalize it. Jesus knows when he is number one. Well, he continues in this discussion with his disciples, talking about wealth and how difficult it is for a rich man to get into heaven. And the disciples came to Jesus and they said to Jesus this. Let me read it to you. Peter said to him, "We have left everything to follow you." Obviously, having seen what and heard what he said to the rich young ruler, Peter then says, "Hey, Jesus, we've done that. We have left everything to follow you. And now, is there going to be a reward for us?" Not a bad question. Don't knock him too badly for the question, because Jesus brings out a very profound truth to us today. Jesus says, no one has left home or brothers or sister or mother or father or children or fields for me and the gospel will fail to receive 100 times as much in this present age: homes, brothers, sisters, mothers, children, fields, and with them persecution, and in the age to come eternal life. But many who are first will be last, and the last shall be first. Now, here's that incredible paradox again about the last shall be first and the first shall be last. And Jesus is, what he's really saying is, people here, we need to live this life in the light of the life that is still to come. And it's clear throughout his teachings, Jesus talks about eternity. I go to a place to prepare a place for you, that you may be where I am. You see, Jesus is where we are, was where we are now with the disciples, but he's gone to prepare a place that we can be with him in eternity. And the interesting thing, he says that there will be rewards in eternity. That's why he says, store up for yourself treasures, not on earth, where guys are going to come in and steal it, and rust is going to corrupt it, and there's going to be inflation, and you have to pay taxes on it. And if you want to do that, then that's up to you. And I guess we have to do that in order to survive that side of life. But Jesus is saying, keep your eyes on eternity and live this life with eternity in mind. Store up for yourselves treasure in heaven. Now, we all know how to do that, don't we? When we understand our calling in life. You see, a career is something, we said the other day, that you do to make money. A calling is something that you do to store up treasure in heaven. A calling is something that you do to make a difference here on earth. You know, we were talking about weddings the other day and marriage. And I said to you guys, I said, you know what, people, marriage is a great thing, but I think one of the greatest visions of what marriage is all about is to make your marriage count for something more than something nice and romantic and good down here on earth. As two become one, you have the potential together to exponentially make a difference for eternity. If you're single, the same thing applies. You just dedicate your life to the calling that God has upon your life. Love him above all else, and store, for goodness sake, treasure for yourself in heaven before you worry too much about it down here on earth. Down here, Jesus says, you're going to have troubles. You're going to have problems. You're going to have challenges. That's part of what being human and living on this earth is all about. Don't get overwhelmed by that stuff. Store up for yourself treasure in heaven. by responding to the calling that God has on your life. And like we said the other day, and I have no qualm to reiterate it, there's a calling on every one of your lives. And God has equipped you. He's given you what you need to make a difference for eternity. There will be rewards there, not just a house in heaven, but there'll be rewards. I don't know what those rewards are. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But store up for yourselves treasure in heaven. People, have a great day. Bye.